Hey, it's Mr. Random Pop Culture News Freak here once again, aka Mr. Manny Wolverine. You guys are Rest Sounders for this channel. On my Instagram, Twitter, X, all the other stuff, links, description about down below, cards on the side. All the other stuff, links to information, and all the other hashtags, yada yada, all this shit. Share, subscribe if you want to. Anyways, playing some old school Freemason. I hope you ain't Freemason, you know what's up. Eminem freaking 50 Cent shit from back in the day. Hopefully, YouTube algorithms and freaking copyright claim, whatever. And it had to do with 50 Cent and the other dude. So it says, Diddy party footage kept people quiet. This is Curtis Jackson, better known as 50 Cent. Many of you guys didn't know who this was. I remember back when I was like 11 or 12 to like 14, 15 years old. Way back in my preteen years and teenage adolescent years. This dude was everywhere. If any of you guys grew up in the United States or Canada, you knew who this fool Curtis Jackson 50 Cent was. He needed no introduction. He's the one that made the whole G-Unit thing. It's like, G-Unit. If any of you guys remember that, because how old as fuck I am. Anyways, a little bit of Pokemon news too. So I haven't talked about Pokemon on this channel in like 7-8 weeks, long time. So I know I'm getting into politics for any of this shit, because that's what most of this fucking website's made for. For this one, News Nation, I'm not going to get into any of that crap. I know it's from 2.5 weeks ago, August 16th, but I still wanted to talk about it because we know September now, but it was interesting to me. This is Curtis Jackson III, the American rapper better known as 50 Cent, aka the old school in the club and I get money dude, claims that now he just does a lot of movies and stuff, which sucks. Some of them are really good, some are crap, I don't know. But he was always badass to me. I thought he was the coolest mofo in the world when I was middle school, high school. This is, claims that people are staying quiet about Son Diddy Puff Combs, P Diddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, whatever you want to call him, because they've known this parents. I haven't talked about the P Diddy thing since like April, May. It's been a long time. Is Diddy dossiers? I forget what they call them. I think it's dossiers. Will be damaging insiders. So in an interview with Us Weekly, 50 Cent asks about the current project he's working on, including producing a Netflix dossier. And Diddy Combs, Diddy Do It, which is being produced by company G-Unit Films. Get this up. Insider said the doc will be damning, and 50 Cent will have his money to pay people to participate. During the interview, 50 Cent said he was right about the producer for the documentary, but is not the only one person in the hip-hop culture industry to have produced it. The a hit TV show, but the rapper said he was not involved in Sean Combs, aka P Diddy, as parties. Man, this dude's everywhere, like, especially after he beat the living shit out of his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Oh, man. I mean, I always heard about these old schools, like, I'm not gonna get into tinfoil conspiracy theory shit, because I know half of that shit was probably real anyways. Back from, like, 2009 to 2013, when that whole internet expose shit, or the Masonic shit, and the Illuminati, Knights Templar, the Cabal and all that, and Bilderberg, Rockefeller, Rothschild shit was really, really big at that time. Can't even talk about that nowadays. YouTube, you get shut down for that completely. But, that shit was real truth to alternative media stuff, and I still believe in that shit nowadays. I don't care if that calls me a crazy, deranged, crazy, wild, insane, screws loose in my house head person. I don't give a fuck. I will always believe that rhetoric now. And back then, I used to believe a lot of shit Alex, you know what, Mr. Jones said. Not anymore, because I found out he was a CIA NSA informant, so that's a shame. The footage has shown Combs' parties was reportedly discovered during the raids on Diddy's hometown, which everyone saw that in February, March, was a while ago. Which 50 Cent claims that he kept quite popular and prevented us from speaking out against Combs. This quote, Miss P Diddy might be talking, I don't know. Some of the people have been around the culture but are not saying anything. That's because they've been to the parties and they know about what part of their experiences are on the tape. 50 Cent told Us Weekly, so keeps them quiet. Looks like I'm the only guy, but I've been saying for years something is not right, unquote. Diddy's facing lawsuits. Sean Combs, aka Diddy, is currently involved in several lawsuits to claim him, accuse him of, can't say it, the graping and rack schultz, I don't know, abrasiveness, let's just say that, and extortion. He has denied the allegations. Two of his proprietors are raided by federal law enforcement, although they are not confirmed. The searches and the connections of the litigations, formerly known as Puff Daddy. I remember when I was 90, because everyone called him that. It was insane. Anyways, this was wild. So I used to love hearing this one. Hopefully I don't get a copyright claim, but I might. So it says, he was once formally considered one of the most influential, Sean Puffy Combs faced major backlash after the lawsuit. He was considered one of the most influential hip-hop artists, producers, and executive of the last 3 decades. The founder of Bad Boy Records has worked with an artist the one that passed away a long time ago. This is such as Notorious B.I.G. and Kid Biggie Smalls, Christphor Wallace, Mary J. Blige, Usher, Little Kim, Faith Evans, and 112. Also created a fashion clothing. I remember that. And the line for music-focused TV channels. Yeah, thoughts, views, opinions, speculations, all the other shit. Ah, man. That dude's wild as heck, man. I'm not surprised if he still owns Vitamin Water and Reeboks and all this other company clothing things. Because the last thing I saw the dude Curtis Jackson 50 Cent do was last year when he did the Expendables 4 or 5. And he was funny as heck there. He was literally Curtis Jackson 50 Cent just playing himself. You know, he had a different name. I forgot what his freaking name was in there, but that dude, he was still laughing. I remember he was playing the PIMP song. It says, I don't know what you heard about me. And something can't get $1 out of me. I remember that. No Cadillac, no cars you can't see. And on the mother effing PIMP, that one. I remember they played that in the movie last year. And that had me cracking up really, really hard, man. So honestly, I don't know, man. And hopefully he watches his back big time. Because this guy, if he ends up Mr. Diddy Combs, Sean Puffy Diddy Combs, had a huge ass influence. If you were a 90s or 2000s kid or teenager back in the day, you knew who this dude was. And maybe Gen Alpha's definitely not going to know who they are, but few Gen Zers may know who they are. And that's funny because I remember back when I was still living in upstate New York at the time, even before I was living in Queens, New York. My God, not Queens, Spanish Harlem, New York area. My God, dude. That dude's name was thrown around everywhere. I remember, like, when I was on the radio in my car with my uncles and parents, they used to play, like Craig Mack music with LL Cool J, and then Jennifer Lopez with P Diddy and all that shit. I remember that so well when I was, like, a 90s, early 2000s kid, man. So freaking vividly. That's when he was at his peak. I forgot what it was called. I think it was, like, Sean Combs. Sean Puffy Combs freaking clothing. Forgot what it was, but it was really, really wild back in the day, man. Yeah, that's how it was. And back then, this was before social media even existed. So that was another thing. You had to really put your name out there really hardcore back in the day compared to now. And obviously, social media didn't exist like Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, any of this shit. YouTube and Twitch. None of that had no existence at that time. I wasn't until like the mid-late 2000s. Was when I remember YouTube and what else? I think Twitter came in 2007 or 8, and then Facebook became I think 2006. So those are really, really big. Now there's a lot of grandparents and old senior citizen fricks that are using Facebook because I think it's pretty much dead for younger people nowadays. I just hope to God they do 50 Cent and knows what he's doing. I hope to God he gets a shit ton of lawyers and a shit ton of security and a huge shit ton of like defense attorneys on his behalf. Because I remember a couple months ago, last time I talked about 50 Cent, I think it was April, May, when he's going to like the White House to talk about politics. I never thought in a billion years I'd hear him talk about politics. And he tried to bring Republican and Democrat side to have an agreement together. And he said it was hard as hell. I thought I was taking crazy pills, but no, he did it. It's like 4 or 5 months ago. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get to the Pokemon news. Okay, so I haven't read anything from Pokemon in a long time. I know it's like a bullshit gotcha cash grab game, but I always like the designs and the DLC clothings and the nice cool skin they used to wear. The DLC clothing shit that they always give them every time. That's the only reason I want to cover it. So Pokemon Masters EX turns 5. Lessons from an IP monetization masterpiece. Half a decade as on the mobile industry evolves to, so does fine arts. The monetization comes from Aaron Astor. Gotta credit this person. I'm only gonna read like 2-3 paragraphs. There's just like 7 of them here. Mobile gacha games of Pokemon Masters EX is celebrating, and they don't want that. Half a decade in the style of powerful new characters, plenty of limited time events, rainy story campaign, and of course, myriad of reasons to spend money. Now, 5 years ago, to its name, Pokemon Masters EX, or Masters is securely positioned itself the company's second biggest mobile game Although vastly overshadowed by Niantic's AR phenomenon, Pokemon Go has more than enough its spotlight. Wow, its own spotlight. Alright, this means rather than giving players to catch and train when they are pleased, Dana introduced sync pairs for human characters of human Pokemon. The legacy continues. Dating back to 1996 in Japan, because I remember over here it was 1997 in the United States when it came out. Pokemon is decades worth of popular characters for masters to draw inspiration from, whether that's the very first player Red, the latest switch on against an energetic rival, Nemona, and even anime iconic Ash Ketchum, Pikachu. Yeah, not that much to say thoughts, these opinion speculations. I'm not spending a dime in this fucking thing. I already play Pokemon Go once or twice out of the week. There's no way now I'm spending any money on that shit. I already spent like 20-30 bucks on whatever thing. Anyways, I was going to talk about this before, but I'm going to talk about it maybe in a separate video. I might not talk about it before. Just wanted to touch base with it, but everyone 2 weeks ago was getting crazy over this thing, man. Because I don't know who it was, but one of these Japanese artists or some artists from Brazil and Portugal, they decided to make a Brazilian version of the old school Vocaloid chick, Hatsune Miku. And if any people don't know who this is, you've been living under a rock, especially if you've been a weeb like me. I thought this was one of the best chef's kiss freaking artworks in the universe, man. I hope it was safe for work because I don't want YouTube thinking, oh, it's R34 and OF fans. Because I thought it was freaking badass as hell. This is like one of the most best chef's kiss, beautiful, amazing, wondrous, phenomenal freaking artworks I've seen in a long time. It's crazy if this is AI artwork. I hope it's not AI artwork because it looks really, really effing good, man. And this is actually a real life thing. And this ended up trending. Dude, I really hope and wish to God that we get some like anime series, because I know there was like a fake, I think there was like a chibi anime series that was Hatsune Miku in 2021 and 2022. I binge watched the living crap out of that thing. I used to worship this thing when I was in my freshman, sophomore, junior year of community college and university. It's 2009, 2012. I mean, 2010 was when I first heard about them. I was like, they did such a good job in their freaking artwork. I can't recommend this shit enough. Whoever was the physical human artist that made this, thank you very much. You are a freaking gentleman and scholar, a dude or a chick, whoever you are. I don't care who you are, but it looks good. It looks great. Absolutely amazing. It's the GOAT. This looks freaking nice, man. I can't give credit enough to this person. They knocked it out of the park with this one. I love how amazing the freaking skin tone looks. It looks great. It looks badass. And it looks really, really good to look at. It's like literal eye candy for every weeaboo out there that's ever freaking thought about having Hatsune Miku as a badass waifu chick. I'm just saying. That's all I can say for now. I'm out here. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen, girls with my family, mangoes. Tacos y commodities. I will see you. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Stay much your conscious, including video industry news, once in a while anime manga news, virtual VTuber drama news, regular VTuber Twitch drama news, and of course, reaction reviews of cartoons, anime, not anime, but movie trailers, video game trailers, and that's it. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out. Goodbye. Stay cautious. I'm out later.